going on, everybody? Welcome back. Just a quick update here for me. Sadly, the last 2 weeks or so, I've been stuck behind the computer trying to make sure I've got everything I need to do final assembly on the store. You know, little things, rod ends, AN bolts, all the way down to just, I mean, washers, right? It's ridiculous stuff, but I had to do it. The good news is I also have an RV and a trailer. They're both on their way. So hopefully one of my next videos, I'll be able to walk you through the package I'm gonna be taking around the country and why I think that was the right choice for me. But for now, before I end this video, I figured there was some really good questions that came up in regards to the total, we'll call it the volumetric efficiency of my cooling system as to how well it's going to exchange fluid heat to the air. Some people questioned whether or not it was going to be efficient enough. So because there were some really good questions, well, I might as well do my best to answer them. So check this out. So as I mentioned, we're in the thick of it, a bit of a mess, but nonetheless, let's talk about the radiators and oil coolers and the pieces I forgot to kind of mention along the way as to why I think, even though I'm adding resistance by not having a flat surface, but inclining it and having the air have to struggle to get through the radiators and oil coolers, it should work. That's because, as you can see right here, this, we'll call this the little guy. This is the actual oil cooler I was using with my 1000cc GSXR. Ran at great temperatures like 200, 220, which might sound a little high, but that was just about perfect for what we were looking for. Now, however, we've gone and just about doubled it. This is what I'm putting in for the Suzuki Hayabusa. So honestly, I don't really need this big of an oil cooler, and this presents its own problem because we might not get the oil to the proper temperature. But we'll discuss that here in a second. But you can see there's a lot more potential for me to extract heat out of my oil system by the upgraded size of the oil cooler. Now, obviously, the radiator was, well, pretty big. So this is what we'll call the store radiator that was in my car with the 1000cc engine. And as you can see, this is really beat up radiator. It's just a mock-up piece, but this is the radiator I will be running in my store. And even though the length, the height, it's all the same, the big difference is, well, the thickness. So obviously there is an added inch of core thickness to the radiator I will be using, and that's going to translate into a lot more potential as far as heat exchanging and getting heat out of the cooling system and into the air. Now, I'm not an expert, but that is a lot more cooling potential. So like I said, there's a chance I could be running too cold. Fortunately, with whether it's the 1000cc GSXRs or the 1300s, we really haven't had a problem. The factory thermostats that they use for their cooling systems, they're fantastic. As long as they're fresh, they hit the numbers. But the oil system, that's where things get tricky. And I get suckered by internet ads, and obviously I'm a racing guy. So there's a company called Improved Racing, and they're really pushing their catch cans. And I've gotten plenty of ads about their catch cans, and it's funny. I'm sure it's a great catch can, but I think we'll call it high flow remote oil thermostat is the best product they offer. This is just a simple little block that gives you 2 fittings in, 2 fittings out. So 2 come from the engine, 2 go to and from the cooler. And yeah, it just basically makes sure that you're always in the window you need it to be. They sell rebuild-it kits, and not just rebuild-it kits, they give you different options as far as temperature windows. Like this kit's a 145 degree thermostat, got a 185, got a 205, got a 165. It's just, it's gonna make sure that I sit 200 all day, whether I overcool or not. So that's all for this little quick update. Like I said, just about everything's here where we can start final assembly. We'll be getting that video out here in this coming week. In the meantime, thank you for subscribing, thank you for watching, and look forward to the next video.